Yo, 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 yo. Nikki, oh, whoa, whoa. Okay, y'all. So let's talk about Mr. Tendernism. I don't know his name. I forgot his name, honey. But if you have been on the internet and I'm just scrolling through Instagram and came across this and I say, let me go ahead and react to this in real time. I got a little dose of what people had to say and I just want to say my input and put your input in the comments below. Like, subscribe, share, leave a comment below and let me know how you feel about what has transpired with Mr. Tenderism. All right. So a little backstory first. First of all, I'm on pilotandcompany.catalog Instagram page. I first noticed this gentleman here on Instagram because I do creative clothes as well, and he's very creative with his clothes. So shout out to him for that. He has an opinion about Destination Smokehouse and Mr. Tenderism. All right, and I want to go over what he said and get your input. So like, subscribe, share, leave a comment below, and let me know how you feel about the situation. A little bit of backstory, real quick, Bookie, but you know Mr. Tenderism used to work for Mr. Man here at Destination Smokehouse. I don't know now one of their name, honey. But he was the reason why this gentleman here turned his coffee shop that wasn't doing so well, that he took over from his family, into coffee slash barbecue to now full-blown Tenderism barbecue smoke shop. So it's called Destination Smoke Shop, all because of this gentleman here. His ideas, his creativity, his personality bring people to the environment where he's at, okay? Meaning to his restaurant. People knew Mr. Tenderism from his viral videos of him showing how his oxtails and everything he do just fall off the bone with the tenderism, right? So everyone is walking around whenever they cook and asking, is it that tenderism? I know I do. When people drove to Destination Smokehouse, which they thought that Mr. Tenderism was the owner of, they got shocked to see that he was the owner of. And I don't think that's the big deal. I just think the big deal, transpired when Keith Lee, a food, reviewer, who sometimes blesses the people who he go to their establishment and try their food. He tried to see Mr. Tenderism and he was told he was busy at the time. Keith Lee came online and said he tried to leave $4,000 for him and meet up with him, but they wouldn't let him see him. So he in turn fed people out in the street, which is shout out to Keith Lee, always looking out, okay? This began for people to dig. They digging because now they want to know why he wasn't able to be seen. They dig it because they want to know why they didn't know that this man was the face and using this man as a mascot. And then they're going to dig a little further to see if Mr. Tenderism is getting what he worth. You got some people that is getting taken advantage of in this world. Me, I've been that individual in the past. But if you don't have the capability of speaking up for yourself, or you just okay with things, or you just an easy, laid back person that you don't want to rock the boat, sometimes you need individuals to advocate for you, and the internet began to do so. They just asked the little questions, and I feel like if things were on the up and up, then no table should have been shaken.
Let me give you my take on this whole situation, just because
I'm gonna get to you. I feel like no table should have been taken, should have been stirred up. No feelings should have been wrestled or anything. It began to stir up so many things that now we talking numbers and we talking dollars and cents. And Mr. Tenderism tried to come online and stop the backlash. And you can see that he was being forced because now the heat is on this individual here, okay? Long story short, he wasn't able to say tenderism. You saw it was being uncomfortable. The heat, the heat got too hot in the kitchen, and he sent him packing. Why? Because the gig was up. So now Mr. Tenderism is back. People advocating for him because when they looked up, the word tenderism did come from him. The idea, the creativity, his energy, the viralness, what the personality did come from him. The backing and the money came from him, but everything else came from him. And that's not anything new. That is the oldest trick in the book, where situations fall off the backs of others. And you can put the people in the places where you know where they belong. So now people are rooting for him. And I say good job. Good job. Keep the party rolling. And we going to speak positivity and love and light off into this tenderism journey. And we going to support our uncle. Okay? Now, we have other people that feel differently. Everybody have their opinions. Okay? So let's go ahead and listen to this gentleman. And then I'll react to what he said in the end. I just wanted to bring you up to speed. All right?
I got a platform and I can do what I want. I think social media fucked up this situation right here. Whatever they had going on, it was working. It was working all these years they've been in business. It didn't stop working until social media got involved, until media personalities got involved. Let me explain my take on it. Unc got it popping on social media. The personality, right? Got it popping. Unc got it popping so much that we thought Unc was the only chef. We thought Unc was the owner. We thought Unc was a one-team player, right? Whole time it was a whole team behind the camera. Unc wasn't cooking everything. You know what I'm saying? Whole team behind the camera. He got it popping on social media. His team was the reason why reviews was dropping about the food actually being good, right? They all had part in the success of this situation, right? Now, people start asking questions. Damn, Unc, you don't own this joint? Oh, man, nah, Unc, you supposed to be getting taken care of. Y'all done got all into the comments and it shook up the foundation of what they built. People blaming him, some people are blaming him, but I'm going to tell you what I think the aftermath going to be. The same people who broke it up are going to wait until he's on his own, and then they're going to criticize how the food ain't that good. It's like, oh, it ain't the same. You know why? Because he ain't got his team no more. Y'all took him away from the team that they've built around this whole thing. Now both parties suffer. Now they both suffer because they're going to lose popularity, right? Right? And then he's going to lose business because he's going to open his own spot somewhere, somehow, right? And then the same people who said, oh, do your own thing, y'all going to criticize him because them chefs that were on his team working with him, they're not cooking with him. So hopefully by himself and his new staff can match what he had with his previous team. I don't know the politics of the behind the scenes shit. All I know is before media personalities got involved, they shit was jumping on both sides. What was the numbers and who was getting treated? That ain't none of our business. That was between these two men. But media personalities broke that up. Now let's see how it play out. That's just my take. Gotta go.
So, what if everybody thought like this with everything in this world? Shit you see that you blatantly see that's wrong ain't none of my business. That's why I feel like we as a whole are at the spot where we at just entirety. It's bigger than Mr. Destination Smokehouse. It's bigger than Mr. Tendernism. You just said out your own mouth, and I'm talking to you and I ain't talking at you, but I'm just saying this gentleman just said out of his own mouth that this man got it popping. This man. It was his idea, his personality, his creativity, he gave everybody the reason and the mindset to come and patronize this man. Maybe he didn't want to rock the boat. Maybe he needed somebody to advocate for him and tell him what his worth is. Maybe. How long does this have to go on before we stop the bullshit? This happens all the time where people get paid off the backs of others, and he's wrong for wanting more. So now it's broke up. Sometimes tables need to be shook. He wasn't supposed to be his mascot to the day he died. You do know that there's people out here that will work a motherfucker to the bone and don't get them what they worth, and they're going to reap the benefits of it. Hence why he the one who trademarked the name Tenderism, and he the one who made up the name. Make that make sense. Instead of putting people down and saying what shouldn't have happened, and look at this as a bright light at the end of the tunnel, because sometimes to build shit, you got to break some shit down, and that's just the way that it is. Mr. Tendernism could be destined for something greater, something that he can leave behind for his grandkids and great-grandkids and their great-grandkids, instead of working for a motherfucker until you die. Coming to think about it, I was sitting up and I get tired of this same old scenario. I was looking at Fred Sanford. Do you know that Fred Sanford had a stroke on set? A stroke on set, and died when he got to the hospital. He didn't have no money. And when the producers were standing there while his wife was sitting there, they didn't say anything empathetic. The first thing popped on their mind was, who the hell else is we going to get to play Fred Sanford? This is how I envision this man being. You think that if Mr. Tenderism would have passed away any of the proceeds of anything that he's been through and anything that he's built, you think he was going to be able to leave any type of generational wealth to his children? That's the bottom line. Fuck a foundation. If it was a foundation, it wouldn't have been so quick for him to send him packing. He would have made it right, because the only thing that the people wanted to be seen was that this man wasn't being taken advantage of and he was getting paid what he was worth. So what happened and what was seen was meant to be saw. And you know what we saw was meant to be seen. You know what the hell I'm saying. So that's just how I feel. People have a difference of opinion. You tell me how you feel. Others feel it. Do you feel like that this was messed up and they messed up his good thing that he had going? Or do you feel like that sometimes shit get greater later? Like, subscribe, share, leave a comment below. And let me know.